Hello, my name is Jim. Welcome to my booktube channel about books, reading and stuff. I'm a bit late to the party, but today I want to do Michael K. Vaughan's Astounding Science Fiction tag. If you don't know Michael K. Vaughan's channel, I suggest you check it out. It's fantastic. Astounding even. First question. What was the first science fiction book you read, and what did you think of that? The first science fiction book I read was The Tripods by John Christopher. Strictly, it wasn't the first science fiction book I read. This book was read to me in school when I was about 9 or 10. The Tripods were about these extraterrestrials. I can't remember if they came from Mars or somewhere else, but they came to Earth and they capped all the adults so that they would do the bidding of these invasive species, and it was about a group of teenagers who tried to escape being capped. It's a bit similar to War of the Worlds with the tripods, but it was very engaging and it got me hooked on science fiction. What was the last science fiction book you read? Well, I'm currently reading a science fiction book. It's Ex Vivo by Vincent Lenihan, and it's more biomedical thriller. Its premise is that there's this drug called Chrysalids which enables people to reverse the aging process. But to do this, they need to find a donor, and for the donor, their aging process increases. So the rich will get the poor and the desperate to fund their anti-aging treatments, and it's not very efficient. The rich person will get 3 extra months, but the poor donor will lose 5 years of their life in this transfer. And it's a police procedural novel as well, because this old woman has been found dead by a lake. She's been murdered, but it turns out she's not an old woman. She was a 20-year-old student at the local university, and someone had fast forwarded the aging process on her, and the detective Valerie Nash, or Vash, is trying to sort out what happened. If you love science fiction, what made you love science fiction? Yeah, I'm a great fan of science fiction. I used to read mostly science fiction when I was in my teens. I like the imagination of the writers who show us these different worlds. I like the idea of time travel. Yeah, science fiction is a lot of fun. Science fiction movie. I think this would be Galaxy Quest. Galaxy Quest is a satire in a way of Star Trek and the Star Trek fandom, but it has some brilliant actors in it like Sigourney Weaver and Alan Rickman, and it's a very engaging comedy. It's got some great special effects, and it wasn't promoted well at the time. I think it's a fantastic film. If you haven't seen Galaxy Quest, I would highly recommend it. What is your favourite science fiction TV show? This is difficult. I do love Doctor Who, and I've been watching Doctor Who since John Pertwee was Doctor Who. He was the third Doctor, sorry. But I also enjoyed Blake 7 and the original series of Star Trek. And now I've been watching Star Trek Deep Space Nine, which I'm also enjoying very much. Number 6. What science fiction book do you think deserves to be more read? Here I go with Snow Crash by Neal Stephenson. Snow Crash is about a virtual world, and 10 years ago I was playing Second Life, which was a virtual world which had a lot of similar elements to the worlds created by Neal Stephenson in Snow Crash. What is your favourite science fiction short story? A couple spring to mind here. Ender's Game by Orson Scott Card, which was later expanded into a novel about these children playing war games, but they have unbeknownst to them, this they're taking part in a literal war. And the other is The Machine Stops by E.M. Forster. This was published in 1909, but it's very pertinent to our own day. It's where people are living underground and they're just connected by machines, like we're connected in this pandemic with Zoom to other people and with social media. And it's about what happens when the machine stops. And the final question, what is your favourite science fiction book? This is a very difficult choice. I think I would choose The Chrysalids by John Wyndham. John Wyndham's famous for Dare the Triffids and The Midwich Cuckoos. But The Chrysalids is about this post-apocalyptic society in Labrador, and they're run by these fundamentalist Christians, and they practice eugenics, and anything which doesn't conform is banished to the fringes or destroyed. So things like a tailless cat or an oversized horse might be destroyed because it's considered imperfect, and it's a fascinating story. And again, I forgot to tag anybody. You might have noticed the lighting has changed. This is about a couple of hours after I filmed the first part. Who do I tag? Well, as Michael K. Vaughan tagged all of you, there's nobody left for me to tag, so you're all tagged. If you enjoyed this video, you can like and subscribe below, and I'll see you on my next video. Goodbye.